Theoretically, if you're a user in a company or you're an IT administrator, you basically do have the ability to see what devices are connecting to the work account and potentially their precise location that they're connecting from as well. Can the admin see the location of the device connected to the workspace? For example, what country they are logging in from? Great question. Isn't it interesting that our world is changing and we are opening up to the idea of working remotely and working from anywhere thanks to COVID? We've had a big acceleration in the work from home and work anywhere movement. Now, the interesting thing as COVID was happening for us was that we had already been working remotely for 6 years prior to COVID. And we had already set up the systems and the processes and basically got our team running smoothly as a remote company before COVID happened. And so for us, it was a bit of a like, cool, we're glad you caught up, guys. Nice work. However, that's opened up some pretty interesting challenges for businesses, such as staff who want to disappear and go and live in another country and still work for their business, such as some staff who are working multiple jobs at the same time and earning double salaries when not quite putting in the time that they should be putting into each one of those individual jobs. And I'm assuming, or my gut feeling says, that this question is surrounded around someone who maybe wants to be somewhere else and not have their company know when they're checking in for work. Now, the solution for this, if you're a business owner, is obviously to promote a hybrid work setup where you're asking people to come into the office at least one day a week and you're incentivizing them in some way for that to be a good experience. I don't think you should make that rule just for the sake of it. I think you should make that rule only if it's valuable to your company and it's valuable to your staff. In our case, our team work from wherever. We don't have an office, so they can work from a co-working space. They're dotted all over the world in different places. So we're very much in the promotion of work wherever you want, as long as the work gets done and you're performing well, we're happy. But if you've got an employee and they want to work from somewhere outside the country maybe, well, can you see where someone's working on the Google account? Well, on the basic premise that each one of your connections to Google Workspace is going to log the IP address that is accessing it, yes, for the most part, someone is going to be able to see the general country level location that you're in when you're connecting to your Workspace account. You can see those reports in the admin panel, the audit reports. So jumping into your admin panel, admin.google.com, heading to your audit reports, you'll be able to see where someone is accessing an account from. There are also additional measures that an administrator can take if they want to have a little bit more oversight on exactly what's happening with devices that are accessing a Google account. One of my favorite features, if you've got a larger team, so more than 15 or 20 employees, is to switch on device approvals. When you've got a larger business, you're probably going to start to take security a little bit more seriously. And you probably want to be making sure that the devices that are connecting to your Google Workspace account have antivirus or endpoint management of some sort on them. You want to make sure that someone isn't signing on a public computer and then leaving their account signed in and potentially exposing company information. You may want to add things like device policies so that if a mobile device is connecting to your account, you want to make sure that it's got a passcode set up on that device. So if someone leaves their iPad or their phone on a train, someone else is not going to pick it up and get access to all of your company information. And this is where device-based policies start to come into place. Now, the most basic one you can switch on is device level approvals. Device approvals allow you to manually approve each device that connects to your account. So someone signs in, goes to like a quarantined waiting mode, and then you can choose as the admin to approve or deny that device accessing your account. Second one, which is useful, is mobile device management features. Now, some of these are available across all plans for Google Workspace. Some of these are restricted to Business Plus and enterprise plans only, particularly some of the Android features, which allow you to go really deep into the customization of mobile devices. Some of the most popular ones that I recommend for customers to implement would be things like enforcing passwords. If a device is connecting to your Google Workspace account, whether it's Android or iOS, you can enforce that that device has a passcode. I don't think you necessarily need to go crazy and asking someone to have a 10-digit multi-character password, but at least making sure that they do have a passcode, better than nothing, right? It's enough to make sure that the device is not going to be just an open free-for-all if it's ever lost. Some of the other things that you may want to do is have the ability to corporate wipe that device. The ability to corporate wipe a device means that you have a button that you can press where you delete all of the company information from that device. And so if someone has, for example, an Android device and they've set up an Android for Work profile, inside that Android for Work profile, you may have things like a project outside that someone's taking photos of and saving it into their phone's work profile. Now, if that employee is terminated from the company or the contractor is no longer working with your business, you may choose to remove all of that company data and company information from the device. And that's your right, as long as you've got that signed off by legal and in your employment agreements. If someone's putting company data on a personal device, you want to be able to have a feature to remove that as well. Now, in some cases, it may make sense to set up a geofence or location tracking for mobile devices. That's going to depend on your business use and your business situation, but you do have the ability to set that up with the mobile device management features as well. So theoretically, if you're a user in a company or you're an IT administrator, you basically do have the ability to see what devices are connecting to the work account and potentially their precise location that they're connecting from as well. Yeah, you might think that's a little bit scary, but there's good reason for that in some business cases. I'll leave that up to you and your HR team, and of course, your legal representative to give you advice on rolling that out to your employees. If you need more help with what we've covered in this video, IT Genius provides support services to businesses all over the world with problems just like this. Click the link below to get started.